Hi everybody, Young Fairy here. And I was gonna say to bring you knitting because I didn't think I had any yarn, but guess what? I always have yarn. Here to bring you yarn. And knitting, and a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. It's been a really long time since I did this because for the first 4 months of this year, I was in bed. In and out of the ER and yeah. So let's go. I'm so excited. I just realized yesterday when I was texting Patsy that I got my RFAs done for my back so that I can walk, and they fill you so full of medicine that I actually had my brains on. I shut everybody down, closed everything up, and designed. Georgiana is amazing. Do you know about Georgiana? She is a stole. I love Georgiana Darcy from Pemberley. Such a sweet girl. And I had this vibe. And so I made this sweet, beautiful motif that is, I don't know, it's unlike anything I've ever made before. It starts off with, well, first of all, I should tell you, pearls on the front, texture, lace, cables, beads, haystacks. But they work, you know, and rosettes, little florets, off the edge edging that you knit while you knit across the stole. So you're casting on a whole bunch and knitting it off. You get to the top, you work off the points separately, and you do the same at the crochet provisional cast on. And each one of the points has a flower and beads, lots of beads. Let's see if I can find her in this mess. I wish I could show it to you guys, but I'm terrified of moving the who's what's it. Nope, Georgiana's over there because there's just the 4 colors, I think, or 5 that I designed for her. One of them, okay, do you remember? Arsenic and Old Lace. It was a beigey ecru that has pink and purple. I made the same thing. Patsy helped me to figure it out. So it's called Pixie, P for Patsy, and Faye for Yarn Fairy. Okay, Pixie Faye is a silver, very pale silver. Gee, I have that over there. I just realized yesterday that I'm gonna need 5 skeins and I was dying 3. It's big, you know, you gotta cast on a lot in order for it to hang down to your thighs. Okay, so where was it? Oh, the color. So it's silver. I never would have been able to pick up the thread. That's why I haven't been doing the videos. COVID, having it several times, killed my brain cells. If it did that to you, please write me, yarnfairy1@gmail.com. I want to know what you lost and if you're gaining any of it back and what it takes to get it back. I forgot how to cook. Been doing it for 40 years and somehow my basic recipes were gone. Stew, chili, spaghetti, it was all gone. Okay, not talking about that. I swear, I'm not talking about that. Okay, Georgiana, oh, the color. Silver, blue, very pale blue, and a very pale lilac. That's it. I got memories. Okay, yeah. So that one is done in the same way as Arsenic and Old Lace, but it's different because it's got the bluey gray vibe instead of the browny pinkish. She's the light of my life. This cat drives me crazy and makes me love her all that much more every day. She's nuts. She's clawing at the cat thing now because she got freaked out because of what mommy did to her. I put the quilt up so that you guys could see it. She just knocked everything all over the floor. My cross stitch, my needles. She loves to play with needles. Every tomato that she can get access to, she's there. So I have to hide the tomatoes. I don't know. She's just really great fun. I call her and I tell her, come on, it's time for your nap. And she huddles underneath of my hospital bed tray thingy table, and I'll lift it up and it's got, like, you know, my computer so I can watch K-drama. Oh my gosh, you guys, this year I found Korean and Japanese and Chinese drama, period. So I'm learning history, sort of, learning their ways, learning folklore tales type stuff, and martial arts is a huge thing. I would love some place where I could just go and download the information for martial arts. It feels like there's a whole hierarchy there, and I don't know what it is. I'm getting a little bit, okay, I'm way sidetracked. Oh my gosh. So Viki.com, Rakuten, love it. Love it. You will love it too. You can find them on Netflix as well. That's where I found them. It wasn't enough, so I had to go buy the channel. Okay. Might as well show you the quilt. So, back in the 1990s, when I first learned how to quilt, I was doing a lot of swaps. You know this, because I'm crazy. This one was a row robin. So instead of the round robin where you put a border on, you make a row and you attach that. We decided we weren't going to attach it. So all the blocks came back to me. They're the white ones in here. They came back to me and I had no idea what to do with them. It took me 20 years to figure out that I could tear them up. See, they're tore up. They're not in a row. And we had to go to Alaska so that I could get this fabric. I want to make sure you can see. Okay, so those panels, they're just printed. All the white stuff is what everybody made. You see all the way to the bottom? Anyway, a little too much for me to mend. Whew. 20 years. Can you believe it? And my dear friend Susan, she is a jewel. She helped me to quilt, by quilting so many of my tops that were just sitting around. You know this because one of them's on my bed and another one's over there. And I just love that they come back full of love, you know. The girl loves me and she's a wonderful quilter. If you ever need any services of machine quilting, let me know. I'll get you in touch. Okay. Quilting? Not really. Okay. During that 4-month hiatus, all I was able to do was the knit stitch. And I wanted to do it really bad. I made 20 or more dishcloths, garter stitch, just churned them out. Finally, well, my daughter had a baby, Pixie number 1, had a baby boy, very cute, witty, I call him. His name is Whitaker James, bad grandma. And he's 4 months old. Jeepers, I'm a bad grandma. I just don't remember stuff. Anyway, that was why I was doing all of the dishcloths, because she has a baby and a new family, and I figured she could use them. I did sewing. I did the dishcloths, and I think, oh yeah, a couple of garter stitch afghans. So, all that to say, I make more garter stitch. These are mitered squares. The yarn is Neuro Tayo. Tayo? Well, I think I found a holo. I think I found another one. Gee, holding stuff up to the light is like amazing. I did that with this shirt and I ended up having to add to it because somebody subtracted from it. And I had 3 or 4 holes there and they were bad. And so I covered them up. And there was a slub in the cotton. It's cotton. VM happens. So anyway, love it. I didn't have a clue what I was doing. This, you're not going to believe this. So I went out and bought, I love this cotton at Michael's. And it's amazing. It's so soft. it doesn't have that crunchy feel of like sugar and cream that turns into like twine. It seems like one of my dish rags is turning into that, but for the most part, beautiful colors and everything. So I made some baby stuff out of that. So at the same time, nitpicks. Don't know why. I bought acrylic. Me. So when I was done, I went ahead and single crocheted around the whole thing, and I didn't feel like I was done. So double crochet, half double crochet, little bit of flowering going on. I don't know what you call that, half circle, whatever. And then I finished it off with half circle in between the half circles. I love that I'm still able to do stuff. And I will go until the 11th hour doing. I really enjoy creating stuff, making something from nothing, reusing something that didn't work. Just love it. Want to see some yarn? I did promise you I have some stuff left over from Christmas. I'll tell you what, this one's been calling my name. I was minus a couple of people, and so I've saved it for next year. 6 months, 5 months, 4 months. Oh my gosh, 3 months. Ew, this is sport weight, and it's my favorite things, which it is. My favorite thing. Oh, and then I had all this sock weight yarn, and some places not sock weight yarn. This one has a total yardage of 680. If you look real close, you can see all these different yarns, and all the different colors were put together, and then I over-dyed them. And it's given me this textural color that I love it. Fairy winter boots. This is a new base. If you guys want any of this, just give me the timestamp. yarnfairy1@gmail.com. You can have it. 100% superwash, 19.5 micron merino, 325 yards and 100 grams. Who knew? Turns out that nylon is super important. I will never knit another sock that doesn't have nylon in it. I will never knit another sock that doesn't have woolly nylon held together in the heel. Our socks are wearing out. I don't know why. Other than, okay, so I know why. I was trying to get away with the thinnest possible yarn I could. Love it. Will never knit another pair of socks, heels, without it. My husband started walking through his socks, which blew me away because, you know, I got this great yarn. Well, turns out that boots, which is thicker, this is not a good sock yarn. I was just about to say it would be great because it's got 325 yards, so it's a fat yarn. Yeah, it's sport weight, but what's missing? 100% merino, no nylon. Bad sock. This would make a good pair of tights. And I know there's nylon in there because it's all sock yarns. And here, mystery sock yarn. What's so mysterious? The bases vary, and each will give a change in texture, in color. I'm going to side to side. These are going to make fantastic shawls. If you like TV knitting, need a gift, you could actually just cast on and work a plain shawl, any shape, any stitch, stockinette, garter, feather and fan, any stitch. Again, your choice all the way around. What fun makes me want to cast on too. So I was kind of glad there was an extra, but you guys want it. I have more than enough yarn. And I'm sure I can make them again. Oh, and I made this again in my favorite things. These make a nice, nice pair of socks. These are about 440 yards, and it's superwash and nylon, so it will make amazing socks. And especially if you, okay, so that's like toe, you cast on here, and you'll have a match. If you cast on from here, undo it, and cast on from here, they'll be different. Something like that. Or, you know what? Some of these are twofers, or they have two, I don't know. Anyway, you don't want to know that either. So just decide what you want and what you don't want, because you're not here. You know, does anybody have a clue how I could put somebody else on here with me? Like, I'm totally clueless. But I would love to record a video that has somebody else in it so that they could talk to me and pop off and ask questions, because I never know what you guys want to know. Anyway, gorgeous, right? Love this thing. Another mystery. And for some reason, there's something wrong with me. Yarn Fairy Boots sock. Here it is. 400 yards. So it's, again, it's fatter. And you can see this one's got a heavy twist. This is I Feel Love, a new colorway from last year. It's not very new anymore. Fairy Boots sock, 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 400 yards in the I Feel Love colorway. Because every time I dye it, I start singing, and Donna Summer comes over, and we have tea and crumpets. Isn't it gorgeous? I just love this. Unfortunately, the stuff I'm working with right now, the yak for fairy ring, it's amazing, but it doesn't allow me to do what I want. It mostly goes one color, and I really wanted to be able to do like I Feel Love, but as you can tell, I think there's 4 different hot pinks and burgundy type things in there. Raspberry. And this one is like, I don't know, blue and green and black, and they just won't work. I dyed up 3 skeins for, if you're over on Ravelry, you know I'm going crazy for this stuff. It is the softest yarn. And I made the smoke ring sample, and all I wanted to do was keep making things that were close to my skin. Probably gonna freeze this winter. So it's yak, so it's warmer and it's soft, so you want it next to your skin. So I'm just gonna keep knitting stuff. And I have so many designs right now, but I just had to stop and make another. This is superwash merino for a good part of it. I think it's 60 something. And then yak and silk, I can't remember, but it's amazing, super soft. And so I was thinking arm warmers. We start up here, do a short row heel, not a heel. This isn't my heel. And then I have this pretty spirally lace thing going on. And then you can stop, but I think seed stitch or some other fun stitch down here. No gussets, just a cuff that you can roll up or put down depending on whether or not your digits are frizzen. Mine just go frizzen. Sometimes I have what looks like 1 or 2 more kit ones, and then they're gone. I am doing something that my daughter told me I should do years ago. She told me this. She said, you need to cut it when you're done and you still have yarn, sell the yarn, but cut all the junk, because it was difficult sometimes to find the stuff later on, or I don't know, it was just hard. So back to more show and tell for a little bit. I will bring out more yarn as soon as I show and tell. So this is a new color. I call it Fiesta because it's happy, and Mexican fiestas to me, I remember when I was a child, the next door neighbors took me And I was just blown away by this whole thing that I didn't know about culture and parties and cakewalks. Okay, so this is Fiesta. This is the blue. The yarn is the 100% Rambouillet. This is the very last of it. I had to have one thing for me, so this is it. I started with I know it looks like a square, but it's actually a rectangle slightly. And then I gave it some texture with pearly solids. Pearly solids! See, you guys, something's wrong. I don't sing anymore. I haven't sung for a million years. It is so nice. I feel almost normal right now, right this moment. Check with me later. Actually, I just had some procedures done, and I have hope that they're going to do a good job. I saw my doctor last Friday, and he's going to get me going on some other stuff. And I really hope that this year is going to end with a bang, with like Nutcracker being released, and next year's heirloom out on time. Haven't even started. And the blanket, which is in test knit, sample knit, something knit. Patsy's working on it, and I got stuff. Let's see if I can find stuff. I keep sidetracking, don't I? I'm sorry, you guys. I can't stay straight to save my life. Okay. I bought you guys an ornament. Isn't he cute? In the back, he's just all like gold. So I thought I'd put him on a string, and we could have him hanging off our tree. And maybe I'll put like that Yarn Fairy wooden thing and put it on a hooky thing, and ta-da! Goodies. I thought I had some of these guys open. I can't believe I found these things. I was in absolute gobsmack shock. But I know, okay, so Nutcracker. Sugar Plum Fairy has a room in the New York Ballet's version of it. And that's what I don't know, there's a couple of thoughts. One is to have the soldier dude up the center, no, the divider, okay? So like, I don't know what kind of shawl it is, round or whatever. The divider would be fat and have him on it. And then we go back and duplicate stitch his hair in black mohair, so he fuzzies. And then silver metallic for his buttons. Maybe some, I don't know, kind of knot. I'm thinking colonial. I know some of you don't relish embroidery, but whatever kind of knot we figure out. Or maybe I can actually find tiny silver buttons. Oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Okay, so here's the thing. In that room of the Sugar Plum Fairies, there's nothing but candy. I found candy, you guys. They're glass, because that's all I deal with. Well, unless it's something horribly special and I can't find it, then I'll give you guys plastic. But for the most part, I'm always glass. See a little hole? A little hole there, a little hole there, another hole's here. So it's a dangle bit. Isn't that just... who figured this out? They made a lamp work candy. I'm still looking for peppermint, like a little swirl. I thought that would be cute too. He's a time off, so I have plenty of time to look for that. Fun though, right? I love that it's coming together. It's a design. It's a design in the software. That's even further. A lot of times things go in my design book and they never saw the light of day again. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't know. Like I said, sometimes things go in the design book. I talk about them, I get excited, and then all of a sudden it just kind of peters out. So I don't know if this one's going to do or not. But this is Viking, and this is what I found. This is a kilt pin. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome. It's got the Celtic cabling, and then it's got that Duma Hitchy to hold it together. I know I got 2 different ones, bought them at 2 different times. Here we go. And you can't see it because they put the stick. There we go. Oh, it's just beautiful. Little squiggly bits. It makes you feel like beginning of metalworking. I don't know. It just has that early metallurgy. Is that the right word? Yeah. So the one that will probably come out is Ragnarok. Now I can't think of anything about it. It's over there. I left it. The one thing that I really, really want to share is this overfull bag of goodies. So the dragon, I made a shawl. It's in sample. This one you can drool over. You have my permission because I'm not going to pull it out from under you. So, crinkles. He is a small shawl. You have the center back panel and then the left and right. It's a heart shape. That's why I'm doing this. And it has all those increases. In the center back panel, you have, it starts off with a face and it works down upside down so that it goes the right way. The face goes into a neck. The neck goes into no arms. He's got no arms. Scales and a body and a curling serpentine tail that ends with a triangle bead. I'm so excited about it. And I have these so that I can get you thread for that triangle bead because that thing has holes that are so tiny you won't be able to stick anything through it except for a beading needle and thread. So I bought you guys ta-da, beading needles, super, super thin and super, super tiny. And I'm gonna, these are gonna be great too because I can use these to wind off stuff for, what's his face? The soldier guy. And for, I was gonna give you guys waste yarn for the blankets. Sometimes, you know, sometimes, I tell you, sometimes he's crazy. They call me crazy grandma. My oldest grandchildren are like, you're crazy. Yeah. Yeah. That's that goat. Oh. Okay. I found my watermelons. I'm so excited. They're made out of wood. I love these things. I'm going to make myself some watermelon. Where's the rest of them? These are the daggers I bought. You might have to do these with the thread too. They're super tiny. I didn't realize they were so small. This is 10 by 3. That's insane. I was placing like a $300 order. Yeah, 10 by 3. They're tiny. I don't know if you guys know this, but I had found out that they started etching the daggers, and I just about lost it when I saw those etched beads. But this is a very cool dagger. It's got color all the way around, and it's fun. So we're all, no matter what color dragon we have, we're all going to get the same color triangle. It's like this. If I could find it, it's probably in the melee. Oh, and I bought these lovely dragon stones. They're like this watermelon, I think. Maybe that's what it is, watermelon. Silk agate, color wrapped. Look at that one right there. What is it focusing on? Never right. Anyway, you can't tell, but they're gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what I'm doing with them because, like I said, $300 order. Why? Why? Just why? Oh gosh, you guys. Okay, so I bought eyes. Our dragon actually gets eyes. I put a shank on the back of that and more with the sewing. Sorry. If you need to, send it to me and I'll do the sewing. I don't have a problem with it. And you know how I always have freebies? Y'all are going to want to be in on the However, I decide to bother. Do the freebies because he is awesome. You weave him through and he's your shawl pin. Oh, I didn't finish. Am I not finishing everything? I feel like I'm not finishing anything. The dragon. Center back panel. Left wing, right wing. Girls, we're taking off. Boy, sorry. Kitties! My kitties! We're taking off. We're going to fly. We're going to actually have a dragon. The wings were so hard. It was crazy. The things my head tried to do to those things. I finally decided that all I had to do was work to the end and then knit off the point. Knit off the point. And that's what we're going to do. And then knit to the center back panel. And then we knit that off in a point. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I just mailed out the sample. To have it worked, I need to find out for sure that I have the right amount of skeins again, and that it's big enough to do something with. I don't want it to come out the size of a head kerchief. Wow, you guys, I really outdid myself with this one. Any birdie? I think this is a freebie, but I can't remember. And there's not that many of them, so I have a feeling they are. These are the ones I finished. Aren't they cute? They're just the little cutest things. And I thought that with these, I can match the color of the shawl because I have so many of them. Portuguese knitting, okay? Where you run your yarn through something to give it tension so that you're not having to yank on it all the time. Not just anything. Isn't it cute? I just love this guy. Yeah, what else? The necklace. Oh, check these out. These are going to go into the stitch marker. Probably be the lobster or something. I don't know, but they're gorgeous. I went crazy for beads. I don't know what my problem is. I really went crazy for beads. This is probably Viking now that I think of it. You've got that Picasso. Did you guys hear me go crazy over Picasso? Because I'm sure you should have heard it at your home because I screamed and squeed. And those are just beautiful to go with it. Viking is going to be like a ship, I think. Like Ragnarok. Wasn't Ragnarok a ship? No. Ragnarok was just a cable. Oh, oh. There's the triangle. It's that puffed one. So, yeah, he's like... Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is the other freebie I found and brought in for y'all. Isn't he beautiful? It's called a brooch. It could be put on a necklace. But I think we all know what we want to do with him. We want to put him on a pencil and look at him all day long. We want to clip him onto our hair so everybody can look at him. He's gorgeous, you guys. He's so me, right? He's got these little pink rhinestones. He's got some sort of jade-looking marquee. And, ooh, there's dots. Like, these are cabs set onto halo, angel halo. And he's all beautifully lacquered up and just... I may have to go get another one of these. I'll get one for me because, dang, he's awesome. Let me know if you want one. Maybe I should just offer it as part of the stuff instead of as a freebie. I don't know. Let me know. yarnfairy1@gmail.com. Okay, we're done. These eyes. I have so much fun with this stuff, you guys. If it wasn't for doing this stuff, I think I'd just shrivel up because I just love it. Yarn. It's like my dog. Out. Num num. Wow, let's go. today, when I was dyeing the yak for me, for the sample, I thought the pinks, the raspberry, Kona has something called Bird of Paradise, and it's a fabric of solids palette. And it starts off with like deep, dark blue purple, then it goes into red purple, then it goes into raspberry, hot pinks, fuchsias, and then into orangey yellow. Whole lot of colors. And for some reason, that yarn will not do it. I wanted to make a multi for these gloves because they're so plain. Oh, and the slippers. See, I'm not finishing anything. Okay, yarn can wait. With the gloves, there's a pair of slippers. I found this pattern for a sewing pattern for mules. Kind that you just kind of slip in and on and off. I was looking at the time for those old silk slippers from China. We used to have some in the 80s. So I found this pattern, and instead of just putting the darn thing together and putting it on my feet, I had to make it beautiful. Ain't it pretty? I love it. This here is a wagon wheel, and I used my, oh, you can see so well right there. I used my hand-dyed silks. Not sure what all the rest of this is, but what a mess. Here are some of the silks. So all I have to do is make the flowers on the second one, and then I can actually finish it off. I want to finish it off to make sure that I can turn the pattern into a knitting pattern. Obviously, this is really easy. I could do this in my sleep. Then we need, oh, see, maybe we don't need to knit it. Okay, so I bought a bolt. There's this, where do I start? There's this felted sheep quilt. It's a felt quilt that I've wanted to make for a couple years now. I bought an entire bolt of felt white, kind of spongy, I think it was. Kind of like batting, but not. That I can take apart and make fat quarters and make color, okay? You got that. Fabric, wool fabric in herringbone, plaid, I don't know what all. I dye a fat quarter of that for you. Inside, you're supposed to stuff them, right? Because they're slippers and you want some cushion. I have an entire wool shed. So I was thinking I could rainbow that because nobody's going to see it. You're going to stuff it inside. And then I thought we should have roving, then the curls so that they don't come out, and then the roving again. Then we put that down, we put the felt, and then I bought the other stuff. So you don't slip and fall and break my neck, because that's what I do. The rubbery stuff, I found it. I bought 2 yards. It's almost here. This thing is just like, I'm excited. I heard you guys screaming, I don't sew! So we get the felt and all that junk, and then we could even just slip stitch them together with a crochet hook and some yarn. I wonder if there's some sort of stiff thing inside there. I have a very heavy weight. There it is. I need to write all this stuff down so that I don't lose it when I am off of this procedure drug thing that makes me normal. I know this isn't an embroidery show, but hey, this is, I've been crazy for crazy quilting for a while now, and I think you guys have seen my bags and stuff, and my friend and I just kind of went crazy, and yeah, what does that lead to? That leads to crazy quilting. She's amazing, my friend. She makes these books and sends them to me because she loves me. These are mine. Burnout pencil case. One's got color mechanical pencils that she gave me, and one's got black. And I started to dye. And because of the K-drama, I started going gaga for this tree, which has this flower. And I've thought a lot about Mount Fuji and like the sakura, that's what this is, sakura tree, a pagoda, Mount Fuji, and some cranes. I don't know what it is, if it's going to be a tree, quilt, whatever. I'm excited about it. So, crazy quilting. My friend makes the most amazing things, and she needs to sell them because I haven't been able to find them anywhere. A book cover. I could probably hold this here for you guys for an hour. She doesn't just make the thing, she goes beyond. Like here, that yellow thing, that's the stitch. But she went further. That's the stitch, that zigzag. She took it past. I am so blessed. I just love this. It's so me, all these colors and things and designs, and there's a kitty in lace. So I've been buying lots of little tiny lace things, but all her different fabrics. Look at this stuff. And then she trimmed it in this loop-de-loop. And what is it? It's a needle holder. She crocheted up some stuff and shoved it in there. And I want it to be something else, I think. Because that's a lot of needles. But I have it, you know. I have that many needles. I could fill this book. We had a swap. Girl's amazing. Y'all need to write to her and tell her that she needs to sell this stuff. So all these pictures, all these pages have pictures. And me, craftsy class, fail. I don't know how to draw, but I sure do like it. Oh yeah, and this was like shading a class. Anyway, this book, she made this book. The papers, each color, each one is a different color. She needs to make covers for your special books. There it is, finally. See, beautiful fabric, attention to detail like mad. Stuffed, hand paint, applique is underneath of there, and then all these little tiny guys, this and that. I would have stopped. Mine wouldn't look anything like this. I would buy them. I keep telling her she needs to do this for a living. I would buy them. So that is the crazy quilt and embroidery. I'm not going back there. During our summer swap, she sent me this, which you can find on Amazon. My cats go crazy over this. The dog goes crazy. It's soup. You open it up and there's flaked chicken and liquid, and the cats just inhale it in about 10 seconds. So you need to go get that. Isn't it cute? I have been on a bag bender. So the cute ones. The reason why is because, isn't that awesome? I needed a place to put my knitting things. I have 2 boxes. One with most all of my needles. This is a plush. It's cool. Forgot to show you guys the other junk. Crazy kitty. I need a grab bag to take when I leave the house that has everything in it, so that I don't go nuts when I get out there and I don't even have a stitch marker. And I have to use yarn because that's the way it goes. This guy's full. My watermelon. Oh, I just love these. I made them into earrings. And they're on my ears. Aren't they beautiful? They're just a crystal teardrop with silver flowers. Gorgeous. Anyway, here's some multicolored pearls. And I've got a ruler in here. I've got a pair of scissors in a... Didn't I order a bunch of them? I don't think I did. I think I ordered just this one. Scissors with a cover, because if it's capable of killing me, it will. And then you guys all know what this is. For weaving in ends, repairing your work. Okay, so I want to make you guys a bag. And I want to make you guys a book for the Christmas Club this year, which is evidently only 3 months away. But I've had this stuff sitting around in a box in the room where I keep it. 2 years? I don't know. It's been too long. So I got these and I tested. I wanted to be able to make something like with my cut and paste, because I really enjoy decorating things. So I put that fabric paper stuff that you could write on, you can sew on, blah, blah, blah. And I made a cover like we used to do for high school and our books. And then I put the paper around. Now, since I know that that works, long time coming, you guys, forever. Now I can make them into things. I bought so much paper, you guys. I have an entire box full of paper. So there's all these, and then there's all these colors. There is, it's a nice thick paper. I don't know why I didn't notice that before. There's colored. There's ones with lines. I bought a bunch. So I was going around going kind of nuts trying to figure out what to do with my cupA needles. They were held together by one of those silver ribbons that I send out, the elasticy ones. And I had the needles, and then I had the empties, and the empties always exceeded the needles. So finally, dun, 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 I have a cupA book. This is a 3-pocket holder thingy. I bought all these things, and you can put your junk inside, and then zipper pockets for each size of needle that you use, that you need, and you keep it all together in one place. And so long as you remember that you made this, see, and now, so I can have a knitting journal, because I never remember what I do. It would be really nice to have it written down someplace where I could pick it up and see it instead of an e-version of itself. These things are expensive. I went out to buy one and they were so expensive I just couldn't do it. So hopefully for Christmas, you guys are going to get some version or a couple of versions. I have a lot of supplies. Really had no idea how much paper I had until I started doing this setup for all this. Oh. The big part of this, you know those, when you have a interchangeable set and you have that little key and there's that little connector. I don't know where it is. I made this already and I've lost it because I'm that smart. These are little tiny bags with a flap to keep your junk in and not lose. I punched holes, and then I used a metal that's covered in fabric, whatever. I punched the holes, and then I sewed them up, and then make a twist, and the twist goes on the binder ring. These binders are great. They're plastic, they're durable, strong, and you could put it on anywhere of 6 places to your heart's content. And yeah, that solves my horrible problem of what to do with Chaya. Okay. Oh. So Flower Box is in sample knit. Can't believe that one requires 5 skeins. Hope you guys don't want to chain me up or something by the time we're done, because I had no idea what I was doing. Okay, so kelp forest. Did you hear about the Picasso beads? Because they just about drove me nuts. These gorgeous beads, I found them on Etsy. They were bright and happy turquoise and seafoam and all these gorgeous things. And then they had this like crackle texture. Look like they've been left out in acid rain, if you will. I don't know what happened to these beads, but they're called Picasso and they're in the Viking. Okay, that's what I showed you already. Okay, so these beads came in and I was so discouraged because they were not the bright, happy colors that I saw in the doctored up photograph. So I went out and made my own bead soup. So this is for it. You get 60 grams, I want to say, of each color. These are the darks. And these are the lights. Don't they just make you happy? So I have a few ways that kelp forest can be worked. Either as a stripe, alternating multi, because this guy makes lace. And since we were in kelp forest in the ocean, I made all of these ocean themed guys that are right side up so that when you knit them, they go in the right way. Motifs are a little bit harder than just generic original. I remembered how to use these. It was bad, guys. So I've got these going because you use a lot of beads. There's beads on the edging, and for that I used the dark color. I don't want to spoil too much. And see, it changes color. I had to stop because I needed to dye more yarn because I was running out. I really thought a mini was going to be enough, but that was the first one. This is the second one. This is like amber, I think. Truffles. How cool is that name? And then, of course, turquoise and charcoal. So I edited the pattern to extend the multi because the top part was so large and I was only going with that much, and I was changing back to the other color, the truffle, already. You do the scallop. There's this scallop, and he's done in the golden because they're kind of browny. And then there's who's in the truffle? Oh, Mr. Crab. He is so adorable. I shouldn't keep spoiling this, but I can't help it. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say, stop talking. Okay. I'll stop. I'll stop. I'll stop. Yarn. Yarn always saves me. So this color has been going nuts on me. I don't know what the deal is. I dyed the yak this color and I didn't like it. So I'm going to have to get away from the yak in order to dye what I need. This is the 50/50 Baby Camel lace. Really? This stuff is so yummy. This is number 9. And I've been singing this stupid song all day long. I didn't sleep last night, so it's another one of the side effects. I dyed. Got all my dyeing done that I had to do. All the orders are caught up, and I dyed for the cross stitch people too. This is lace. I have a feeling this is sock. Anyway, red violet. There's just something wrong with me. These are both available. That one is red violet, which is lace, which is probably, it's not even labeled. This is our fairy lace, though, the 900 yards or so. And then I'm almost positive this is mislabeled. But yeah, no, that's definitely sock. I know sock when I see it. So do you. See? It's that. Okay. Yaarnfairy1@gmail.com. Timestamp. Where else? What else are we going to do? I showed you that. I showed you that. I showed you that. My girlfriend. Okay, I haven't even showed you guys this. It took me forever to make it, and I didn't even show you. I've been going crazy. For cute little things, I've always loved Hello Kitty. She's full of the stuff for my parathesis. And this cute little girl, I told you guys in the last Christmas club, not July, to make a nest. This is my nest. Welcome. I have a beautiful hand-painted butterfly. Nesting just means like everything that you love. My grandbabies. Love my grandbabies. There's a glass jar down here with a gold top I love. Lately, bamboo. What is it with the bamboo? Did you hear me do the I Am Woman Hear Me Roar last night? I washed these guys, and because I washed them, their tops no longer fit. And I need the tops to fit because I want to put tea inside of them. So I was found with my power rotary tool going, and now they sit very well. This one needs to be fixed. He's gappage. I'm going to glue him back. Pierre, who has savoir-faire. I've always thought he was a little jaunty, guys. That's why I use Pierre, his little hat's sideways. So a bigger one. And then you can see my goodies back there. The beautiful blue Avon jar that Angelique put bad stuff in her rose perfume to make Maggie. I don't know what they were making her do. Really nice. I love this canister. I need to find bigger ones and maybe put them out front. Look at these. Look at these. These are my favorite things. That's a gourd. This is a perfume bottle from Dubai. So for me, it's all about the essential oils. Fill it up with some orange. Might put it on a black cord. Have the cord hanging off over here. Yeah, and so this guy, he's a gourd. He is, he has some of my knitting pattern on him. Anyway, he's cute. And this one too unscrews. And he can be held by a cord too. Not sure what I'm doing, but I'm gonna sit and enjoy him for a while. These guys are brand new to my circus. Williamson tea. I've been testing different Earl Greys, and so this was their Earl Grey. I love elephants, and this guy is just so cute. I have an elephant up there that I've had since I was a child. My knitting lemon. Close knit friendships are crafted with love. She's got her knitting. It's pretty cool. And she's in hand knit socks. She's got the mandatory rhinestones. All right. All my crystals back there and all my fun junk. I got this one yesterday. Ooh, he's holding my silver beads for the Space Invaders. And this one, my kitties drink out of. They love this thing. Don't know why. Maybe it's something special about a mommy time. I don't know. But they actually scream for it. Who knew? A little tiny bead thing. That goes in the bathroom. Oh! I really should finish one thing before going on. Okay, so this guy, my friend made for me. And that was why I started on this stuff, was because I need to tell you about this. So, big wooden box with metal. Can you see? I don't think you guys can see. I don't want to make you sick. Let me pull you over though. No, that's not going to happen. So, back there is a... Wow. What am I pointing at? The dude with the pink hair, there's a gorilla. This is the chick from a museum, very famous painter. Don't remember. She's holding a dog. Got it when we went to the museum. This guy I bought from one of my first K-dramas. Isn't he cute? The guy, well, I won't tell you. I'll spoil it for you. This my son bought for me. He was Pixie number 2 for a while. My daughter bought me. It's a topsy-turvy doll, so he's either happy or sad. A friend of mine bought me, and she's pretty. I love this girl. I'm not into spiders, but she's beautiful. And if I look like that, I'd dress like that too. Oh, and I recently found PT. Butterfly PT. They're dried butterfly pea flowers, and they turn the water blue. Add lemon, and it turns it purple, I want to say. I haven't had too much luck with it lately. For some reason, I don't know what's wrong with me. Love it on the gnomes. This guy is a candle, and when he's done, I don't get a lot of candle time. I'm going to put something else in him. My Shiba Inu. Did you guys see the felted things I got? They're like a dog dressed up as a bunny, and you make them out of felt. They're so cute. Anyway, this is from a friend from years back. I don't remember. I think Shane bought me that. I love Minions. This is Rosie, you know her. And I'm not sure who he is, but he's cute. And Marvin the Martian, because I like Minions and Marvin. And I think this might be a Katie baby toy, because I don't remember anything for that. I've got nothing there, I think, and I've got nothing. Just empty. This is my favorite thing today. It's a clip, very strong clip. I can almost not move it with my arthritic thumb. And it's hooked to my lamp, and it has the cable needle, because I always have to use a cable needle, and I never can find one. Decked out beaded bag holds my earbuds. Down here, I don't do mirrors well. Somewhere over there is a brand new tea kettle. I had no idea what I was missing. For years, I have been making bad tea. Then I started reading up on it. I even made myself a card because my daughter did, and she told me about this. Tea times and what you want to do with those tea times. Temperature. This thing has a temperature thingy on it. So now when I want tea that's black, I know to put it to this really high temperature. But forever I was, and nothing burns me in there anymore. I'm so thankful that I got this, and that I can do, you know, herbals at such and so for how long, and that they all come out nice. Do you guys remember? I used to sew, and I made nightgowns. For some reason, when COVID killed me, I stopped knowing how to do it, and I had the wrong sleeve pattern. Since then, I found the sleeve pattern, and I've made nice things. This is a top. I like to embroider. Can you tell? I do enjoy it. It's very soothing for me. So this guy had the bad sleeves until a few days ago, and these are all hand dyed. This is blue violet. I just love this color. Anyway, that's a really nice nightgown. It's got trim on it, and I want to live in it. And so when the bad times come and I have to live in it. It's nice. Always something to look forward to. This one I had gotten fancy and tried to make a bigger yoke. Didn't work. So I gathered it up in the front and the back. Embroidery! And I got the right sleeves, and there's still something wrong with this thing. So I'm going to make another one and find out what it is, but not today. And I get my infusions every 4 weeks. I have been looking for a cotton knit short. Can't find it to save my life. I've got one. So these are for wearing at the infusion for this winter. They're pants. And they're me. They're totally me. This one calms down a little bit. Not much. I'm really glad I didn't get the matching top. Kind of would be over the top, if you know what I mean. Ouch. So I'm not doing much of this because knitting, because of my hands. They're this one's going, and it's quite painful. But I understand it will be about a year or so, and then it will stop hurting. I can't have the operation because of my oxygen. Nobody knows why. Isn't that pretty? I don't usually do this color, and these are for me. Tofu, because I can never find my tofootsies. I don't know what the deal is. This one's a very strange color for me. It's got the pink and the white and the black, but it's got a green looking thing to it. So I might have to over dye that. Did you guys work Space Invaders? I made the hood, and now I'm working on the scarf, which you knit the scarf and then attach the hood. Okay, so easy, right? 2 pieces for a scarf. Ain't so easy. I don't know what's wrong with me. Well, I do. I'm a mess. So I found out that if I number them, 1, then you work number 2, then you turn it over and you work. I'll find it because they're on the wrong side, because that's the right side for them. 3 and then 4. I finally had to do that. Last night I figured that out. And now I can actually knit without getting lost. I was getting lost. It was bad. I'm so glad I fixed that. Okay, so. These guys. I've been sending you guys these tiny little things. Back there, there's a dog. And, oh, he took a dive. Where is he? Here's another one of those black cats. I just love them, and some dried flowers. This guy actually is supposed to hold a pen. He was glued down, but I think he wasn't pleased with where I glued him down because he didn't stay there. He's so cute. He's got this. He reminds me of the black dragon from How to Train Your Dragon. Here I have the llama, which I sent out, and oh dear, come on. Freaky Fred? Fred the Funky Chicken. Fred the Funky Chicken. It came! So yeah, all these precious little things to me. A hand-painted double rose and some cats and yada, yada, yada. Oh. One more thing before we go there. So, your grandbaby needs a baby book, right? Why? 12 by 12. 12 by 12. The pages are only 9. This thing on the outside that I use to hold it together because it's so big. I've stopped working on this for the past month just because I couldn't figure out how to make the closure and make it work and make it nice. I wanted like a big fat thing that hooks and does all this trunk stuff, and I really don't know why. So, yeah. there's lots of little places for people to find stuff and people to put stuff. We have a page inside here. There's pages everywhere, and if you look like at the page, you can find out what it does. Because I don't even know anymore because there's so much to this. All that's left is to decorate the pages. They're kind of bland right now, and I have 50 million different little things and these cute little bunnies. I have a huge box of stuff, so I probably won't be using all of it. Just a little extra. And then I have stuff like this because when you're filling a book, you kind of need stuff. This is just a craft envelope. I'm gonna glue it somewhere in there. I really need to get back to this book because the kid's getting old. And the back is really boring. Okay. I feel like there's so much stuff still sitting in front of me. But I have to remember, as soon as I'm done with y'all, I'm going to go and do my cross-stitch side of life. So, flower box. I found these beautiful beads. And y'all had to have them. Okay, so this cat, I was thinking would be great to hold these beads. And sure enough, they are. It's on a key ring. You could do whatever you want with it, but I was thinking it would be cute to hang them. Because, you know, I got a lot of junk. And that's what I do. I like to look at it. Flowers on a seashell. Cowrie. More flowers. I still have more flowers. And these come in purple, blue, and pink. And I will be making those up. Hi. Okay. The frog. I make amigurumi. I've always made little tiny things like giraffes and flamingo, and I don't know what all I've made. I've made a lot of stuff, and I just go by fly. Instead, Sakura. I had to have it because her name is Sakura, and the girl who designed her has stories about her, and I'm trying to get them. And this is Mia? I don't know. They're just so cute. Look at her. She's got, is that a kitten inside of a bag? And no, because her kitten's here, so that must be her purse has a kitten, and then she's dressed up as a kitten herself, and she's got these cute Mary Janes. I just love how much detailing went into this. She dressed this one up as a kitty too, and there's all the ruffles, and she's even got some little tiny bells, which I have. I went around buying all kinds of weird stuff. I have a huge box of polyfill, like 15 pounds or something. I'm terrified to open it because it's gonna and then I've got like 20 pounds of poly pellets. I'm gonna put the poly pellets in their hands and in their feet and their bums to weight them, because that would be cute. Where is, did you see that? I just went into a black hole. I think that's it, guys. I'm sorry. I know I had more. Bags. Fairy ring flower box yarn. I didn't finish the yarn. Oh, that's what I wanted. So I thought that since I have a new grandbaby, then I would need eyes because I want to do a plush. Oh! Do you know about this? I told you, I spent like $300 on beads. I don't know what's wrong with me. Sometimes I just think I go nuts and just go buy. Look at these though. Look at the color. Yeah, I've seen them all. Two-tone. Two-tone zebra with too much mousse. It's from Hook. So yeah, look at them though, they're gorgeous. These colors are just divine. And I don't buy a lot of Rocal, and that's what these are. And they're fun. And here's some more of the Picasso. This is the yellow. It's got sort of an aged feel. And this is like, reminds me of Montana. the Montana blue. Alice in her whatever. Oh, and then I found these really expensive tiny teardrops that I'm going to attach. Probably not to that, because that's a little on the big side. Look at this cute little guy. I'm making this. Oh my gosh, you guys. The haystacks make that volley pattern thing, whatever it is. So yeah, if you need me, I'll be making stitch markers like forever for the rest of my life. Where's my girl? Oh no. I still have yarn. Where's my girl? So, because of the whole frog thing and the doll thing and the baby thing, and because of Korea, K-drama, say hello to my Korean noblewoman. I can't remember, OJ Doll. I think that's the name of the designer, and she's on Etsy. Oh, yes! Anyway, I learned a lot with this. I learned that I can print faces onto fabric. I learned that even dolls sometimes have cancer. And that I can paint a shoe. This was just so much fun. My machine was freaking out. Brand new machine, and I just have so much trouble with it. Her hair is black yarn. They have all this stuff. I don't know that they put on their bodies. I don't know. I think this is the outside, and that's the lining. Anyway, all she needs now is a collar and a little decorative macrame thing that they have. I don't know what's wrong with me. I should have finished her forever ago. This is just a little strip of fabric that needs to get sewn on there. Anyway, cute, right? I bought, I think, another of her patterns. I'm not sure. But I was talking to my friend, and I was like, well, gee, we could make Alice in Wonderland. We could make the rabbit if we wanted to. And the mind just kind of, and I had to step away. If you do like embroidery, just one last thing, and then I'm gonna stop. This is an expensive magazine. Comes all the way from the UK. Love embroidery. And there's like this weird buysubscription.com that you have to go to get it. I think the people that put this out put out a bunch of other things, sort of like how Knit Picks has the knitting and the fabric and the quilting. Anyway, they've got something good going on, you guys. Every time I get a magazine, it's inside of a bag, and inside of it is a gift. For this, it was 5 skeins of thread. On another time, little miss has been here. It was a bumblebee that you make on the fabric, which is included, and the wood, and the key thing. Everything you need is in here. And the directions are in here. It's so cool. Look at this. I would never have thought of this, but they take acrylic paint and they teach you how to paint the sky and the water. And then you go through and you're making all these little flowers that must be right up in the cameraman's face, right? How cool is that? And you make these, and look what they did. Little artistic thing, because you're mounting this and then you're using it on the wall like that. If you have any proclivity or desire, then I highly recommend Love Embroidery. Oh. I still have yarn. Oh, gosh, you guys. My girlfriend and I are doing boxes. She gets one, I get one. Sakura Cow. Yeah, because it's not just Sakura, it's Sakura Cow. They have a box. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. I think it's like $36 or something a month. We signed up for that, and we signed up for da buck. I don't know. But there's like tea in the first one. There's tea and all these snacks that come from Japan. There's Tokyo Treats box. There's Japan something box. Highly recommend you go look up boxes. Where are the boxes? Search me. You guys, there's more yarn. Yarn that gathers on my desk. Oh, this is that thing I want to make. It's hard. It was hard for me to wrap my head around it, but that's the DS9 Peace Talks. There's a table in the Peace Talks. I think it's towards the end of the season. Show duration, whatever. And they have this blue and turquoise and white, and they use them to make these wedges. So of course, who wants wedges? The first wedge has short rows to get it around the shoulder, and then you knit to the other side, and then you work the short rows, and then you come down to the front, and then you pick up the whole thing in a different color. Or no, you're blending through the colors as you go. That's where I got stuck because it was too fast. The short rows ended before I could blend the yarns, and my brain just shut down. So anyway, that's out there. Hopefully one day I'll do it. And you know, feel free. Where is it, Wendy? Because if I know that you guys have a desire for it, I'm more than likely going to do it. Killer Bunny. The socks are done. Never published the pattern. I really need to get this guy out there. I had a problem with this, though. Like I said, I forgot everything. But did you know that if you can't fit into something, you can cut it open? I will cut it open, and I'm going to stick it, and I'm going to shove some stuff in there, and I'm going to be done. So, longest time. Oh my. Yeah, I'm out of oxygen. For the longest time, I've wanted to make this hat. So you make the hat in like a multicolor, and then with the fuzzy stuff, you make the lace brim type thing. There's not that much in here. Oh, look at that. What was this for? 100% genuine cashmere, dusty pink brown. It even comes with its own little stitch marker. I think this stuff is really expensive. A cowl, that's what it is. Blooming flower. I just love it when the stuff comes back. When it doesn't, get over it. Get over yourself. Okay, that appears to be everything in this bag. So you are all caught up to date. Year late, but you're up to date. I have, let's see. We're going away on vacation middle of October for a week down to San Diego. And then I get to meet Whitwitty. He's coming to me at 6 months. He's coming to see me in November. We're going to have Thanksgiving dinner, and I get to meet a grandbaby, another new grandbaby. So nice. I see him all the time because she's forever sending videos and stuff. He rolled over. He says, "Ago," really well. He's just adorable. He has all this stuff, you know, and he's learning everything. And so he's this little sponge, and it's so nice listening to him talk, trying to talk, and learning things like, hey, I've got a foot. Look at this thing. And he'll sit there and kick it for a while. And I've got hands. He was forever like this. Every single picture I saw him in for like the first 3 months. He's spread legs, spread arms, and he's just hanging out. Cutest little thing. Big fat cheeks. And yeah, I'll have to get you guys photographs. He's adorable. Kid's stinking adorable. So, one last look to make sure I wasn't missing anything. I have not missed anything. An hour and a half. I'm so sorry, you guys. I should have told you to grab your knitting and just like let me drone on because it's what I do best. Well, not really. Have a good one. Bye.